my channel. Happy Friday. I am so stoked that you are here for today's video because it is insanely useful. If you caught my 13 no-sew alteration hacks video, this is kind of like the sister to that video. This one is all about styling hacks. So these are like tips and tricks and things that I've been doing my entire life that I just thought everybody else was doing, and it's not until I share them with like my girlfriends and their mind explodes that then like my mind explodes because I'm like, seriously? Seriously, you haven't been doing this? They seem so obvious to me, but I realized they're not. So I compiled all of them into a video and I'm gonna share all of them with you today. Now, we have to talk about revolving closets. If you are anything like me, you have been dreaming of the closet from Clueless, where it's just like a sensibly sized closet, but it just goes on forever and ever. And you just have access to all the things with the press of a button. Well, it turns out that already exists. Can't freaking believe it, but it actually exists, and it's called Nuuly. It is a revolving closet that gives you access to all the clothing in stores like Urban and Free People and Anthro and all of the amazing things, including this fantastic top, which I am never giving back. Let me explain how it works. So it's a website, $88 a month for any 6 pieces you want. Any. They could be thousands of dollars. Doesn't matter. You are gonna head over to the website and just start shopping. You could shop by newest arrivals, by brands, by category. You can even filter and say like, I want dresses and I want gowns because I got a big old wedding weekend coming up. Whatever you have going on that month, that is what your Nuuly should be all about. It changes with you every month. That's the best part. Now, once you find an item you like, you can add it in your size directly to your Nuuly. Or you can take a look at these reviews, which I highly recommend because they are insanely informative. Once you have your 6 pieces, you're ready to go, and down the road, if you do want to buy one of them, you get a major discount. Now, this is how it comes with a prepaid shipping label for later. Now, I did my first Nuuly specifically for a girls trip, so I picked items that were going to work for that kind of a deserty vibe. These high-waisted pants were incredible. This dress was perfect for like lounging by the pool. This jumpsuit was so fun with the patches at night by the fire, and this kick-ass crocheted top. Look at this. What I like so much is the variety. You can do anything from like a simple thermal like this to an epic moment like this velvet jumpsuit. And then it was a new month, and so I got to pick all new pieces like this amazing top and these incredible high-waisted velvet pants and this denim shirt, which I've worn like crazy. I cannot recommend this enough, you guys. It's gonna save you tons of money. You constantly get freshness and newness. The quality is incredible. It's brands that you know. I have a code for you guys. Please freaking use the code to save that money. So the code's Orly20. Pop that code in at checkout. It's gonna take $20 off your first month, and it really is gonna allow you to get the most out of your wardrobe, along with some of the tips and tricks that I'm sharing today. So let's get right into it because I cannot wait to share these with you. I think you're gonna absolutely love them. All right, let's do the first one. First one is how to tie the perfect bow. So normally when we tie a bow, we tie it just like we're doing with the shoelace. Tie it like regular. What always ends up happening is the bow goes up and down, vertical instead of horizontal, which is not the look that we want. So when you're tying a bow on yourself, the key is to tie it backwards. It feels real funky and real weird, but you tie the bow backwards with the loop starting on the left instead of on the right, and you end up with a bow that stays perfectly horizontal. Once your bow is horizontal, you can just adjust the tails so they're even, but you can see, even on a thick belt like this, which is similar to maybe what you would have with like a trench coat or a big draped jacket, I'm tying it like normal, and look what it does. No matter how much I try to twist it to be horizontal, it wants to go vertical. So you do it backwards. It feels real funky and real weird, but you'll get the hang of it, and now it starts staying horizontal. Now again, like I said, I just get to tweak it, make sure everything is laying nice and flat, kind of fluff it out, and that's it. That is the key to tying the perfect bow every frocking time. Okay, next one, wrap skirts, wrap dresses. If you want to take a wrap skirt or a wrap dress and give it a much more open slit, you're going to take the side and slide however far over you want to go. That is basically taking out that much volume out of your skirt, adjusting the shape. Now it's created a bigger opening. So this long tail, I just wrap back around the front one more time, and I tie it in the front, securing it. However you want to tie it is up to you, but basically that slide that you do is pulling all of that fabric and creating a drape so that you have an open slit. Let's say that's not enough. That's where we started. Just keep going. And it makes it even more open. Again, the tail on the one side becomes even longer, wrap it around your body, tie it in the front. Now you've completely changed the shape and the drape of this wrap skirt. It's open, it's got this really pretty like ruche draping detail on the hip. Awesome, and it works for dresses as well. All right, this is such a fun one, and I do it all the time. So this sort of trend for jeans has been really big, and it's a kind of a cool way to cuff your jeans. I just have like pieces of denim that I cut, like scraps of denim. It's about 1.5 inches wide, and I just tie tie them right around my ankle. That's freaking it, you guys. This is a really cool way to get in on this trend without buying these jeans specifically. It's really great for the big baggy jeans that are in right now. You can tie them just like that, or you can actually like pull them up and over, creating almost like a ballooned effect. Not only will it hem them or cuff them even more, you can see the difference there, but it's also a really cool detail. Either way is gonna work. So you can see this is now both of them up. Again, you could do this with like a contrasting ribbon or elastic or denim like this. Just kick random balls that come flying your way. You know how it is. Filming at home is a joy. Let's do another denim one. So let's say you have a pair of jeans that just won't button. They're too tight, they just don't fit, and you can't close them. Take a bandeau that you normally wear as a bra and just pull that sucker down, and you are basically creating your own maternity jeans. This creates a really smooth, flat surface so that whatever shirt you're wearing over it, it just looks flat. This is great if you've got a shirt like this, which is like open on the sides and you don't want to wear a tank top, or a shirt like this, which has holes in the front and is sheer and you don't want to wear a full tank top. It creates the smoothed effect so you can get away with not actually buttoning them and still feel comfortable, but not see that they're not unbuttoned. Amazing. All right, so this is a fun one if you have a sweater dress. You can wear a sweater dress a million different ways. One of the ways that I love doing it is pulling one arm out. So I basically pull one arm out and I'm taking the neck of my turtleneck and I'm pulling it down so it becomes almost like a bodice. There's a few options to do with the sleeve. Generally, what I think works best is tucking it in. It almost looks like a really pretty drape detail in the back. And if, let's say, your sleeve is bunching up and you're seeing it, if it doesn't come like flat like that, just wear Spanx or shapewear underneath that it can get tucked into. But this is a really great way to turn a regular turtleneck into a one shoulder. You can also turn it into a tube top. Again, I pull my whole body through it. I let the turtleneck fit around my body so it becomes like a strapless dress. And then you just tie the sleeves in the front. It looks like one of those tie front dresses that's completely a thing right now. You just wanna make sure everything is laying flat. You can kind of tuck it into the sleeves and pull it down. This is really great to do with dresses like this that are really like thin and malleable and easy. A super chunky sweater dress probably wouldn't work. All right, this is another great one. Guys, if you remove the tag in the back of pretty much anything, pretty much everything becomes reversible. So with cardigans, if you take the tag out of every cardigan, you can wear that cardigan like 12 different ways. A seam ripper, just pop those threads out and get started. Now here's this one cardigan, right? I got it at a thrift store, I love it, amazing color, easy breezy. You can wear it like this or take the shirt off and you are going to crisscross it. So take one side over the other, pull it all the way around the back and just tie a little bow. This creates that great sort of like gathered front, again, that goes right around your bust, that creates a V-neck, super flattering, it gets really snug and tight, completely different style. It now becomes a top as opposed to a cardigan. Now let's say you wanted to show a little more skin. You twist it around itself. This creates this twist front effect. Again, twist it around itself and tie it in the back. You can either remove the bra and just have it really open and low, or you could close it and put a little double stick tape and wear a bra with it. But that twist front is so pretty and looks really legit. Because we took the tag off, you can wear it backwards. Everything that we just did in the front can be done in the back. So let's say you want it to be more open in the back, like a really big exaggerated back. You would tie the knot in the back so that it anchors it all the way down at the waist and makes it open. Let's say you don't want that. You would crisscross it so that it actually covers more of the back. Now, let's say you have a regular cardigan like this, something that's not super long, it's short, it's a button down. This is from Target. You are going to crisscross it and use the very last buttonhole and the very last button and just anchor it in the back. Again, same thing applies. If you want to do the twist front and make it more of a crop, twist it in the front and then again, just button it in the back. The other option here is wearing it backwards, like completely backwards. Button it up and just throw it on backwards. Now you have, again, this elegant high neck in the front with a simple V in the back. Or twist it around itself and button it in the front so it's more fitted. Once you're at this location, you can pull down one sleeve and have kind of an off the shoulder one sleeve with the open back. You can do both shoulders. For anything like this, double stick tape is your friend. Anytime you see like a celebrity or someone wearing something that looks so perfectly just like draped off the shoulder, it is double sticked to all hell. That way it will stay exactly like this and you can move about your day and it's not going to be falling off. Now, same thing applies for dresses. If you remove the dress, any zipper, like simple zip up dress in the back can be worn backwards as a V-neck. Invisible zippers are gonna be ideal because they're really like seamless in the front. So you can see this is an invisible zipper. I can leave it as open or as closed as I want. The zipper makes it fully adjustable. I tried this on like 5 dresses and it works on every single one of them. Now let's talk about tucking shirts. Sometimes if you have a long tank top like this or t-shirt like this, when you tuck it in, it gets really bunchy. You can see all the fabric. So by simply rolling it, roll, and then tucking it, it creates a really smooth line because it distributes all that excess fabric evenly across. Another option is creating a crop top by simply tucking the hem of the shirt into your bra. You're basically folding it in half underneath and then anchoring it in the underwire of your bra. This works for sweaters, big baggy t-shirts, or fitted tanks like this, and when you're done, you just pull it back out so it turns it into a crop without permanently turning it into a crop. Now, let's talk about knots. On a shirt like this, a regular knot is totally fine. You can see that little like nub that hangs out is small. It's fine. It's not super in your face. But if you are doing a big shirt, I want to show you guys how to do this version. This is going to create a really beautiful flat knot that lays flat against your body. See how nice and smooth that looks? It looks actually like the shirt was sewn like this, and it's really strong. So again, for a tank like this, it's not a huge deal, but for a shirt like this, it is. So let's take a big oversized t-shirt and tie a knot like we normally would. Look how long that tail is, right? When you tie the knot, you end up with this like, this is not cute. This is a situation hanging like, I don't know what that's about. No. So instead, you are going to use your fingers to basically tie a bow. Grab your fingers and crisscross. Now, same thing applies as a bow. You're gonna wanna do it like you normally do it, right? Right over left. But when you do that, it doesn't stay in place and it kind of curls in on itself. Just like our bow, you're gonna do it backwards. Instead of right over left, you're gonna go left over right and just tie a simple bow, that first part of a bow, right? There you go. Not only does it stay secured much stronger, but it creates a much more flattering line. You're gonna take that top piece and loop it over. I'm gonna show you that again. So take the 2 pieces, you're going to go the opposite of what feels natural to tie your little bow. Pull it tight until it feels really good, and now you're gonna take that top piece that's facing up, and you're gonna like hook everything inside of it, encapsulating it. Now it's gonna lay nice and flat. You can see from the side it's flat. From the front, it just looks like this kind of wrapped bow. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like this twisty knot that's really good, and it's strong. It will not come undone. Now, another thing is the kind of like casual half tuck. This is so obvious, but sometimes people still get overwhelmed, so I'm gonna show it. There's the simple front one, which literally you just take like 2 inches in the front with your fingers and you tuck in just the front, leaving the rest. It creates a really flattering shape. This, however, is my favorite. I like the off-center tuck. So I find center, I move a few inches off to the side, and that's the side that I tuck in. I like that it shows part of like the buttons and part of the placket. I like that it's not so perfectly centered. It creates a really flattering shape, and to me it just looks even more like relaxed and cool and effortless. Really, really flattering, really easy, works with high-waisted jeans and low-waisted jeans. Now another one I love is the twist. I'll take a big t-shirt and just twist, and tuck the tail right into the center front. It's similar to the half tuck in the sense that only a part of the shirt is being tucked in, but the twists create these really flattering lines in the shirt that create more visual detail that looks a little more official. You can twist as much as you want to make it tighter and tighter and tighter. So if you want your shirt to be more fitted and you want those lines to be more exaggerated, just twist a few more rotations and then tuck it in. Now let's talk about cuffing sleeves. This is one of those things that's like, that like perfect effortless roll that looks like you just barely rolled it. Looks great right when you do it, but it never stays in place. It always comes unrolled. The key is either super stick, double stick tape, or a safety pin. For the safety pin, you're gonna roll the whole sleeve once and then only roll the outside twice. So leave the bottom under the armpit, only rolled once, and the outside rolled twice. Now, roll it again just so you can get access to the underneath side. Grab your safety pin, and you only wanna grab as little bit as possible on the very edge. See that? You can't even see the safety pin, and it's on the very, very top edge. What that's gonna do is hold the outer side of my sleeve up, letting everything else kind of casually fall down, but it won't come undone because the safety pin is holding it. Now for double stick, it's a little different. You only cuff once. Put the double stick at the very edge of the hem on the first cuff. Peel it back, and now you're gonna do your second cuff. You kind of gotta do this fast because the double stick is like, gets stuck to your fingers, so just like roll quick. Only the 2 inches on that outer corner are gonna be stuck intact into place, making sure that that outer corner is not gonna fall down while the inner corner kind of can unroll and unravel. That's what's gonna create that really great effect.
I like stretching out my sleeves. I think it makes it look really flattering. You also just want to make sure that your sleeves are cuffed on that angle, and that's what really creates a super slimming effect on your arms. Okay, this is just a fun one that I have to share. I want you to think outside of the box. These are purse straps. I will link them below. Purse straps that I bought on Amazon for a DIY. Turns out it's like the most kick-ass chain, heavyweight chain necklace ever. I bought them in silver and I bought them in gold. They're $12 for a pack of 2, and it is just the best thing because, again, it's really about thinking outside the box. I want you to open up your belt drawer, see if anything can be worn as a necklace. Look at your purse straps that have detachable straps. See if it can be worn as a necklace or a belt. I attach multiples of these and I wear them as like belts with dresses and stuff. Not only can you layer and wrap multiple colors, you can hook them to jeans. So really, part of the style hack is thinking outside of the box with every item you already own, so your closet gets twice as big. This was a purse strap as well, and it is my go-to belt. All I did was tie a ribbon to one end. Now, when I put it on me, I take the one ribbon's attached, right, to that one side, I loop it through the other side, and it's like a corset belt that I can adjust and make as tight as I want. Then from the front, it has this cool, like, ring detail with a bow in the front. Sometimes I wear it backwards, so it's a nice clean belt in the front with a bow detail on the back. This is another belt one that like I've done forever. My mom used to do this in the 80s and I loved it. Make sure you get your belt extra long, or you just do this with long belts. Instead of wrapping it around, you're gonna take it and you're gonna go underneath the belt, up towards your face, and then you're gonna loop it in, down towards your foot. It's like this detail that just ends up creating a really cool additional visual element. It hangs in the front. It's really flattering because it brings your eye straight down to the center of the body. It can even be adjusted if you want the tail to be shorter and the knot to be looser. So fun. I wear this with belts, with dresses, all the time. Now this is our last one, and I just had to show it again to get you to think outside the box. Grab an old pair of suspenders. You can buy these at any thrift store for like $1. Wrap them around your body. You find the center front in the front of your body, then you wrap it around the back, and when you get back to the front, you use the hooks to hook it on itself. And that's it. You can adjust the tightness so that it's as tight as you want, but it becomes this really cool like corset belt that looks like something that could be really expensive and really fancy, but literally it's an old dollar suspender. That's it.
Woo! I am schwitzing. That was a lot of changing. Guys, that's it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. I had so much fun doing it, and I hope that you guys loved it. If you did, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And if you haven't already tapped that bell for notifications, do it, because I hear time and time again that people that are subscribed to my channel aren't finding out about my videos. I've got a brand new DIY coming next Friday, which is fantastic. So I can't wait for you guys to be here. I hope you all have a beautiful week. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.